We have to imitate all the materials used in original cover is a parchment. We use this very special materials that helps us to imitate the original. Inside there is a paraminata. This is the that allows us to make it as parchments. The Voynich Manuscript has 240 pages. That shouldn't exist. It shows plants that didn't grow in medieval Europe, star maps that don't match Earth's sky, and naked women connected by tubes in impossible ways. When AI finally decoded parts of it, scientists discovered something shocking. Some claimed it contained prophecies about plagues and disasters. Others found recipes for forbidden treatments. The manuscripts, strange drawings of impossible plants, suddenly made terrifying sense. But how did a 15th century author know things they couldn't possibly know? The truth is more disturbing than anyone imagined. Let's start from the beginning. In 1912, a Polish book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich was quietly browsing through old manuscripts in a Jesuit college near Rome. The place was called Villa Mondrian, and it seemed like any other archive full of dusty tomes and forgotten texts. But then he opened a wooden chest, pulled out a strange book that didn't look like anything else in the room. It wasn't just old, it was completely baffling. As he flipped through the pages, he saw writing no one could read. The script didn't match any known language. The letters flowed in a style that looked like a real alphabet, but wasn't Latin or Greek or Arabic or Hebrew. And the drawings made it even stranger. There were illustrations of plants that didn't exist, astrological charts that looked alien, and naked women bathing in green pools connected by strange looping pipes. This wasn't just rare, it was something entirely different. Voynich was stunned. He later said that no manuscript from this early a time had ever been found written entirely in cipher. The moment he touched it, a mystery had been reborn. The manuscript contained around 240 pages made from calfskin parchment bound in soft vellum. Some of the pages folded out, revealing enormous cosmic diagrams that didn't resemble anything from known medieval science. One of the foldouts showed 9 interconnected circles, forming a kind of rosette map that defied explanation. In 2009, carbon dating confirmed the parchment was made between the years 1404 and 1438, which put it firmly in the early 15th century. The ink and pigments used also matched materials from medieval Europe, but the content still felt like it had come from another world. Some even suggested the diagrams might represent other dimensions or ancient knowledge lost to time. Most baffling of all was the script. The text contained around 170,000 characters. It looked like it followed grammar and sentence structure, but in a language that didn't exist. Cryptographers gave the script a name, Voyiches. Voynich had uncovered a manuscript written in a language completely unknown on Earth. He brought the book to London and began searching for answers. But years passed and the manuscript remained silent. After Voyich's death, the book passed through a few hands before landing at Yale University's Voynich Rare Book Library in 1969. It's still there today, preserved under the name MS 4008. In all that time, not a single person has truly deciphered it. Some of the world's most brilliant coderickers tried and failed. Even William Friedman, the American cryptologist who broke Japan's purple cipher during World War II, spent 3 decades trying to decode the Voynich manuscript. He eventually gave up and called the language uncrackable. Became infamous among scholars, with one Yale librarian joking that the manuscript had become a place where academic careers go to die. Nobody who tried to solve it came out unscathed. Voynich had a theory. He believed the manuscript was written by Roger Bacon, the 13th century English friar known for his experiments with alchemy and forbidden knowledge. A letter tucked inside the manuscript from 1665 claimed The book had once belonged to Emperor Rudolph II, who believed the author was Bacon. Voynich held on to this idea tightly. He imagined that the manuscript might contain suppressed knowledge, secrets of alchemy, or even magic. Although modern dating proved the book was made 2 centuries after Bacon died, the theory captured people's imagination. A book full of ciphered knowledge with naked thurs and alien plants seemed like exactly the kind of thing a rogue scientist monk might have created. As the mystery grew, the manuscript earned a new nickname. People started calling it the Sphinx of cryptography, a riddle that refused to yield its secrets. But the confusion didn't start with Voynich. It actually went back even further. In 1639, a Prague alchemist named Georg Beers wrote to a Jesuit scholar named Athanasius Kircher about a strange book he had found. He told Kircher it was a riddle, a sphinx, and asked him to help decode it. Kircher was famous for claiming he had deciphered Egyptian hieroglyphs, so Beers hoped he might unlock this manuscript too. He even sent him a few pages copied by hand. Arsh died without finding the answer, and the book passed to a man named Johannes Marcus Marci. Marci believed the manuscript had once been purchased by Emperor Rudolph II around the year 1599. The price Rudolph paid was 600 gold ducats, which would be about $90,000 today. He was obsessed with alchemy, astrology, and strange sciences. He kept mystics like John Dee and Edward Kelly at his court, paying them to reveal secrets of the universe. Kelly claimed he could speak with angels and turn lead into gold. Eventually, Rudolph locked him up for failing to deliver results. Some scholars today think the Voynich manuscript might have been a trick. Dee and Kelly may have created the book as a con, selling it to Rudolph and taking advantage of his obsession. So it was a brilliant scheme. Kelly was known to fake visions and invent gibberish languages. If he forged the Voynich as an unreadable hoax, he might have walked away with a fortune. Whether or not that's true, the idea stuck. Maybe the manuscript wasn't just a mystery. Maybe it was a scam that worked too well. In 1665, Marci finally sent the manuscript to Kircher in Rome along with a letter summarizing everything he knew. That letter, which Voynich himself found centuries later, repeated the Bacon story but also included a cautious note. Marci said he wasn't sure the Bacon theory was true. He left the matter open, suggesting even in the 1600s people were wondering if the manuscript was a genuine work of knowledge or an elaborate joke. The manuscript's modern decoding attempts began in the 20th century. In 1921, a professor named William Roma Newbold believed he had cracked the code. Using a microscope, he claimed each squiggle in the text contained tiny Latin letters. According to him, when deciphered, the book revealed inventions far ahead of their time, things like telescopes and microscopes supposedly discovered by Roger Bacon. But his theory fell apart fast. Scholars realized he was seeing patterns that weren't actually there, just ink cracks and random marks. His method relied on rearranging letters into forced anagrams. By 1931, his theory was completely discredited, but he died still believing he was right. Others kept trying. During World War II, British coderickers at Bletchley Park took a shot at it during their off hours. Even with their success cracking Nazi codes, they made no progress. In the 1970s, cryptologists at the NSA used computers to study the script